Friends, and in this video we are going to discuss about the decision making. So D making means branches. We will be talking more about the if if statements. So I named it as D making, and then this is a class, and here let me take a good example where the decision if else becomes more sensible, and we just stay tuned with the idea of this only, like idea of object oriented programming. So this thing is possible only if we go something like that, like for example, yes, I think this is a good example that where the user will have three numbers, and we'll just send the three numbers, like it's just a class which takes three numbers from the user and prints the largest of the three. So we go like int a, int b, int c, then I create constructor. So public demaking, name of the constructor and name of this function should always be same, public demaking. So this demaking and this making is same. Constructor's job is to initialize these member variables. So I'll take int x, int y, int z. These three variables are int, that's why these three variables are also int. And like the first variable will go into this, so it's just like ax means x will be assigned into a, y will be assigned into b, and z will be assigned into c. So now these three variables have been initialized. Now public void, because it doesn't have to return any value, you just have to print it. So public void show, and in this function we will make the various arrangement, like how to print the three numbers out of them. The idea is that the first number will be compared to the second, and then the this like this, like if a is greater than b, then I go into the curly bracket. So if a is greater than b, and then else here, if a is greater than b, it means if a is greater, then again if I write if a is greater than c. So this is called if inside the if. This is also called as nested if. Nested if means if inside another if. So if a is greater than b as well as a is greater than c, it means print greatest is plus a. I write this as system dot out dot print ln means new line, and I will get this number. So I copy this because I have to use it again and again. And suppose if a greater than b and a greater than c, this if a greater than b true and a greater than c false, then you will have like this, print here the greatest will become c. Now suppose if a greater than b is false, it means I'll come into the loop else block of this, then again I'll write if. So if a greater than b false, it means b is greater than a. So if b greater than c, and if this one becomes true, it means the greatest is b. So the greatest of them is b, and if it fails, so then the greatest of them will be c. Now it is done. So see again, this if block have the correspondence in this else. So I'll write like this so that we can have a proper arrangement. Like, see, if this, if else, if else, if. Now just have a look at this, and yes, so if else, and this b greater than c, this always gives a boolean value, true or false. So now I think it's done here, so run. It shows some error, and where is the error? Then this is saying that demaking, oh, spelling is wrong, it should be ditto same. So demaking, now it is fine. So KING, so now it is fine, it is done. So it has been created. Now I see, I create object. When I create object, then it asking me to give the three numbers. Great. So I name it grade. Grade is my object. Then I name three numbers, 12 or 200, 120, 91, and then 231. Now it is initialized, and show function I have to call. So this has given the answer. The greatest is 231. You create another object and just try to check the order. So I'll write 12, 9 and 2. Then this is the new object for that, and if I run it here, then the greatest is 12. Then again I create one more object, and I enter here 21, 12, 23 and 11. Third object, run show. So see, this was showing behind the scene, that's why we are not able to see it. So this is how it works, friends. Now I think you have got some better idea of the if else statements. In the next video we'll talk about the if else if ladder. So stay tuned, have a nice time.